The devil he cries, you look so discontent. Haven't you got any money to buy your food or to pay your landlord's rent? What would you give me, the devil he cries, if I should end your debate? And I gave you money and gear enough so you'd never more want the meat. But I've nothing to give you, the old man cries, I've nothing right here to my hand. But if you would do what you say for me, I'll be at your command. Right then, I'll make you a bargain, the devil he cried, it's a bargain you just couldn't miss. You bring me a beast at 7 years end, I'll try to say what it is. But if that beast I name aright, you mark what I do tell. You've got to toddle along with me, but of you the ovens of hell. So the old man trusted and prospered well, it was all gained and spent, till he come to the end of 7 long years, sorely he did lament. Oh, what is the matter, his wife, she cries, you look so discontent. Sure you've got some silly young girl with child, making you sore lament. No, I made a bargain with the devil, he cries, it was a bargain I just couldn't miss. I've got to bring him a beast at 7 years end, he's got to say what it is. But if that beast he names aright, you mark what I do tell. I've got to toddle along with him, but of you the ovens of hell. Oh, never you worry, his wife she cries, for your cattle you keep or you feed. With the wit of a woman it comes in handy at times in an hour of need. The droppings from all of our chickens and spread them all over the floor. Stark naked I will strip myself and I'll roll in it over and o'er. And fetch me the basket of feathers, he cries, and the geese that we had for our tea. And I'll roll all over in them until never an inch be free. So she rolled in feathers and droppings from her head down to her navel. By Christ, he says, what an horrible sight, you look far worse than the devil. When the devil himself come in, he began for the steam and to hiss. By Christ, he says, what an awful sight, I'm damned if I know what it is. Oh, he started to shake and he started to quake, saying, have you any more of these at home? Yes, he cries, I've got 7 more that in my forest to roam. If you've got 7 more of these beasts that in your forest do dwell, I'll be as good as my bargain and I'm all bone, but she's worse than the demons of hell. take great delight in a hunting bold Reynard the fox. Was by Gaffer Gills I did lie, where I lived upon fat geese and ducks. Was by Gaffer Gills I did lie, not thinking how soon I should die. I was chased by a pack of fresh hounds that caused me from my country to fly. 'Twas by Gaffer Gills I did lie, and I lived at a plentiful rate. Young lambs I plucked on their bones, and the farmers gan for me to hate. Lord Jones for the king's hounds did send, Tommy Bosun he swore I should die. But I left 3 brothers behind me that loves young lambs far better than I. It's 40 long miles I rambled, and I've done it in 3 hours space. It's made my old post stand on end as the hounds followed on me apace. For it's oftentimes I've been pursued by hounds that would run like a cow. But in the old course of my lifetime, never had such a breeding till now. I did ramble, where the gamekeeper shot through my thigh. Oh, pardon, dear huntsman and hounds, but for this fatal wound I must die. My old coat it lay close to my back, to hear round the hounds they did hollow. My sweat dropped like dew in the morning, for to hear round the huntsman did hollow. 'Twas in stony fields where they killed me. Oh, the bloodthirsty hounds, how they followed. They tore my old jacket to pieces. Good Lord, how the hounds they did hollow. And now that folk are is ended, to the tavern they'll go down to dine. They'll dip my poor paw in a bumper, and they'll drink their lord's health in good wine. We plough and sow, we are so low that we delve in the dirty clay, till we bless the flame with golden grain, and the veil with the fragrant hay. Our place we know, our place we know, our place we know, our place we know, we are so low, down at the landlord's feet. We're not too low, the bread to row, we're not too low, the bread to row, too low the bread to eat. Down, down we go, we are so low,
to the hell of the deep sunk mine. But we gather the proudest gems that glow when the crown of the despot shine. Whenever he lacks whenever he lacks upon our backs, fresh loads he deigns to lay. We're far too low to vote, we're far too low to vote the tax, not too low to pay. We're low, we're rabble, we know, yet at our plastic pound, the mole at the lordling's feet will grow into palace and church and town. Then prostrate fall in the prostrate fall in the prostrate fall in the rich man's hall. Cringe at the rich man's door. We're not too low to build the wall, we're not too low to build the wall, too low to tread the floor. We're low, we are so low, yet from our fingers glide the silken flow and the rose that glow round the limbs of the sons of pride. And what we get, and what we get, and what we get, and what we give, we know and we know our share. We're not too low, we're not too low, we're not too low the cloth to weave, too low the cloth to wear. We're low, we are so low, yet when the trumpets ring, the thrust of a poor man's arm will go through the heart of the proudest king. We're low, we're low, we're low, we're low, we're low, we're low, our place we know. Only the rank and file. We're not too low to kill the foe. We're not too low to kill the foe. Too low to touch the spoil.
When the number it was less, some poacher bold, a scion bold, keep up your gallant heart and think about the poacher's bowl that night in Rufford Park. A buck or doe, believe it so, a pheasant or a hare, put on earth for everyone, quite equal for to share. Some poacher bold, a scion bold, keep up your gallant heart said, you must be to serve a term of 14 years in convict slavery. So poacher Paul, as I unfold, keep up your gallant heart and think about the poacher's ball that night in Rufford Park. Poacher Paul, my tale is told, keep up your gallant heart and think about the poacher's ball that night in Rufford Park.
butters nigh on a quid a pound. See the rich corporate farmers how they ride up and down. You ask them the reason, they'll say, bonny lass, it's the commission in Brussels have taxed the cow's grass. Honest is all out of fashion. These are the rigs of the time, time, my boys. These are the rigs of the time. Now Home Secretaries, I must bring 'em in, with their society obedient at every turn. A kick in the pinch pulls towers to the
ground. Who needs D and F when there's SPG around? Honest is all out of fashion. These are the rigs of the time, time, my boys. These are the rigs of the time. Now absentee landlords, I must bring 'em in with their sky-high rents, and they think it no sin. Their ceilings fall in and the walls run with slime, but they're for blacks or for Irish, so no one really minds. Honest is all out of fashion. These are the rigs of the time, time, my boys. These are the rigs of the time. First to London town I came, I took my lodging all handsome in. For full 5 months I did remain, but being a stranger I fell in danger, doing so, doing so. She was a beauty, I do declare. In a bedchamber I dared not go, but being a stranger I fell in danger, doing so, doing so. She'd ruby lips and she'd eyes of blue, they caused me to love her so. I kissed her lips, her bosom too, but being a stranger I fell in danger, doing so, doing so. All in the grove my seed was sown, all in the grove where grew no green. The more I kissed her, this girl in young, the more I kissed her, her I did glister like the rising of the sun. Seeds of love they grew apace, and tears they blossomed all on her face. All for to be feared I would not stay, but being a stranger I fell in danger, ran away, I ran away. When 9 long months they were born and past, this pretty girl had a babe at last. She must keep it like it was her own, and reap the seeds that I myself have sown, doing so, doing so. There was a fire, as I've been told, Fancy the girl 16 years old come begging to her in the middle of the night. Would he sleep with her till the broad daylight in the air? Well, our little errandee. Oh no, she says, for you know very well, if I do that I go straight to well. No, he says, there is no doubt that if you were in out, I could whistle you out to me, eh? Hello, little errandee. Well, says the girl, you can do this thing. You a purse of money must bring. So we went running the money to fetch. She thought on a scheme that friar to catch to me, eh? For our little errandee. So she got a sheet, you know very well. She hung it up all in front of the well. He come back and she let him in, and it's all dear love. Now let us begin to me, eh? For our little errandee. Cries the girl so crafty and cunning, think I hear my father a-coming. So behind the sheet the friar did trip, into the well he went, pass over to me, eh? Along little errandee. And the friar called out with a pitiful sound, help sweetheart or I shall drown. You said you could whistle me out of hell, whistle your own self out of the well to me, eh? Along little errandee. She hauled him out, and she bid him be gone, that he wanted his money all back again. No, she says, there is one matter, you must pay me for your pal, my water with aim for long little errandee. And says the friar, I never was treated so, and I'll never come back here no more. Off he went all down the street, dragging his bum like a hooded cheat to me, eh? For long little errandee. Rowland and his two brothers went out to play at ball, and there was their sister Ellen Rowland in the midst and among them all. She tossed the ball so very high, she caught it with her knee. She kicked it high over High Churchyard where no one it could see, and she's hitched her skirts up around her waist, and after the ball she'd run. They waited long, her three brothers, but she never come home again. So up the hill and down the hill, three weeping brothers run. They told their mother of Ellen Rowland how she has vanished and gone, and it's all my love. Then cries their mother, and ever alas cries she, for she has gone with the king of the hill, no more by us she'll be seen. So up and rose the first brother, and he was a proud young man. He swore an oath and a solemn oath that Ellen he'd seek and find, and he's run down to his father's stable, he saddled the bonny grey, and as the sun looked over the hill we watched him ride away. And up and rose the second brother, a proud young man was he, and he swore an oath and a solemn oath that Ellen he'd find and free. And he's run down to his father's stable, he saddled a bonny brown, and as the sun stood up in the sky, we watched him ride from home. We stayed long and very long, with our gloves all in our hand, and sad were hearts all over the town, for he never come home again. Up and rose in Jack the Fool, he's the youngest of all the three. He saddled and bridled his mother's horse, but he wept so bitterly. She spoke to him, his mother's horse, as they rode out and away. She says, never you fear you, Jack Rowland, but you listen what I do say, and remember the song the spider sings when she comes to court the fly. For never a drop must you eat nor drink as we go along our road, and all that help us on the way, you must leave them lying dead. For Jack Rowland has left his good long bow and his arrows one by one, and he's taken his father's good long gun that never was drawn in vain, and never a drop did they eat or drink as on the way they rode, and all that helped them on the way, Jack Rowland has left them dead. The horse that Jack Rowland sat on, she was black as the dark midnight, and her eyes shone far as the evening star that put the sun to flight. And she cried, open door, open and let me ride. And ere the third time she has spoke, see the door swing open wide, and he had spied some lovely tower that was lined with the silver grey, all hung with mists and a heavy dew that shone clear as any day. No ceiling could this young man spy, no windows were there to be seen, but all round his head it shone blood red as the sun that sets at e'en. And he rode on and further on as the tears come falling fast, for he thought he saw his sister Ellen wandering like any ghost. And she cried, woe be to you, Jack Rowland, for your life's not worth a pin. For had you 100,000 lives, you should not spare one of them. Oh, pity on you, Jack Rowland, why stayed you not at home? For when the king of the hill you find, then help you will find none. With that in come the king himself, all glorious to be seen, for he come right in the storm and the wind, with a club all in each hand, and he cried, rise, rise, Jack Rowland, rise, rise and run. Now I smell Jack Rowland's blood, Jack Rowland's day is done. Get up, you Jack Rowland, if you would fight with me, and we will see how a frightened man will let his courage flee. And first he appeared as a raging bear, and then as a writhing snake, and then as a herd of angry bulls that roared all in his face. Then he became a burning bush with the flames that leapt so high, and he sang the song the spider sings when he comes to court the fly. But up and rose Jack Rowland's horse, so loud I heard her cry, stand fast and fear you not, she cries, no harm will come to thee. And there she stood on the high hilltop, and the stars blazed in her mane, and she has turned to a mighty flood, and she bore down on the flame. The king has changed to a little fish to float all in the sea, and he fell as fast into the flood as the dead branch from the tree. But she is changed to rods and lines, and she hunted the ocean floor, but he has become a fishing smack, and he hauled all lines aboard. So she is changed all summer dawn, and she drove him on before, and she cried, rise, rise, Jack Rowland, and the sun will rise with thee. And as the dew falls from the leaves, you shall see what you shall see. And as the dew fell down from the leaves, and the daylight grew all round, he saw his sister and his two brothers, mother naked on the ground. And he's taken them each all in his arms, and he's kissed them cheek and chin. He's wrapped them up in a cloak of gold, and they've gone riding home. Up and spoke the king himself as he vanished in the sun. Oh, I should have taken your horse, he cries, and struck her blind and lame. Many's the year, killed with stones and sore abuse, the salt you down for the sailors' use. Country and king, now I'm old and I'm in decaying. Poor old walls, get on your way. A keeping once was the stable warm, free from all cold winds and harm. Now in the fields I am forced to go, turned out in the cold ale, rain and snow. But feeding was the oats and hay that grew in the fields of the meadows gay. Now I'll get no such at all, but pull at the short grass by the wall. Sailors, they do me despise, kick my body and they damn my eyes, cut my meat and they pick my bones, they throw the rest to David Jones. Here's a hoof that was so well shod, like wine, the hide that sweat so hard, whipped him, lashed him, drove him down, rise up, old horse, and shine again. shepherd, will you come home? Will you come home? Will you come home? Shepherd, oh shepherd, will you come home to your breakfast this morning? What have you got for me breakfast, me breakfast, me breakfast? What have you got for me breakfast, for my breakfast this morning? Bacon and beans, a belly full, a belly full, a belly full. Bacon and beans, a belly full for your breakfast this morning. The sheep are all in the wilderness, the wilderness, the wilderness. Sheep are all in the wilderness, so I cannot come home this morning. Shepherd, oh shepherd, will you come home? Will you come home? Will you come home? Shepherd, oh shepherd, will you come home to your dinner this evening? What have you got for me dinner time, me dinner time, me dinner time? What have you got for me dinner time, for my dinner this evening? Pudding and beef, a belly full, a belly full, a belly full. Pudding and beef, a belly full for your dinner this evening. The sheep are all in the wilderness, the wilderness, the wilderness. Sheep are all in the wilderness, so I cannot come home this evening. Shepherd, oh shepherd, will you come home? Will you come home? Will you come home? Shepherd, oh shepherd, will you come home for your lodging this night? Oh, what have you got for me lodging? Me lodging, me lodging. What have you got for me lodging, for my lodging this night? Oh, clean sheets and the pretty lads, the pretty lads, the pretty lads. Clean sheets and the pretty lads for your lodging this night. Oh, they'll lead me sheep out of the wilderness, the wilderness, the wilderness. Lead me sheep out of the wilderness, and I will come home this night. Where have you been all the day, Bonnie boy, Billy boy? Where have you been all the day, oh me dear darling Billy, oh? Oh, I have been all the day walking with a lady gay. Isn't she a young thing lately from her mummy, oh? And is she fitting for your wife, Bonnie boy, Billy boy? Is she fitting for your wife, oh me dear darling Billy, oh? She's as fit to be my wife as the art is to the knife. Isn't she a young thing lately from her mummy, oh? And did she ask you to sit down, Bonnie boy, Billy boy? Did she ask you to sit down, oh me dear darling Billy, oh? Well, she asked me to sit down and then she curtsied to the ground. Isn't she a young thing lately from her mummy, oh? Light you up to bed, Bonnie boy, Billy boy? Did she light you up to bed, oh me dear darling Billy, oh? Yes, she lit me up to bed with the nodding of her head. Isn't she a young thing lately from her mummy, oh? Did she lie so close to you, Bonnie boy, Billy boy? Did she lie so close to you, oh me dear darling Billy, oh? Yeah, she leaned so close to me as the bark is to the tree. Isn't she a young thing lately from her mummy, oh? Do you want to know her age, Bonnie boy, Billy boy? Do you want to know her age? Oh, me dear darling Billy, oh. She is twice 6, 7, she is twice 20 and 11. Isn't she a young thing lately from her mummy, oh? Fair maids, there they did approach. 3 pretty maids cried, what shall we do? Give us all your money and we won't hurt you. Sing whack for a day, diddle all a day. Whack for a doll, all diddle all a day. 500 pounds they have got in gold. 500 pounds, such a sight to behold. Silver top cane and a gold lace cap. Such a fine old bird, a sneaksman, a snap. Sing whack all a day, diddle all a day. Whack for the doll, all diddle all a day. In Hyde Park Street, 3 blue-coated gentlemen they happened for to meet. Tap 'em on the shoulder, 1, 2, 3. 3 jolly sneaksmen, come along with me. Sing whack all a day, diddle all a day. Whack all the doll, all diddle all a day. Sizes and sessions are soon drawing near. 3 jolly sneaksmen at the bar appear. Judge goes around with a rolling eye. 3 jolly sneaksmen bound for the tie. Sing whack all a day, diddle all a day. Whack all a doll, all diddle all a day. 3 jolly sneaksmen mount the gallows tree. Jack and reaping begins. The farmer the fruit of the earth gathers in. In birth let us talk till the season be gone, and at night give a holler till it's all of a row, till it's all of a row. At night give a holler till it's all of a row. Then early next morning our oaks we do grind, away to the cornfield to reap and to bind. Our foreman looks back and he sees him behind, and he gives a loud low, bring it all well behind, bring it all well behind. He gives a loud low, bring it all well behind. Oh, then says the foreman behind and before, we will have a fresh wet and a half a pint more. So me jolly boys to the end we will go, to the end we will go, till it's all of a row, till it's all of a row. To the end we will go, till it's all of a row. It comes on to the farm we will steer, to partake a good supper and to drink a strong beer, in wishing the farmer such blessings in life, as in drinking our health unto him and his wife, unto him and his wife, the drinking our health unto him and his wife. Our wheat is all in, oats barley about, here's success to the farmer who ploughed through the ground. As for this wheat stubble into turnips we'll sow, and so we'll continue till it's all of a row, till it's all of a row. And so we'll continue till it's all of a row. Gallant sportsmen all, come listen to me story of the Volsky Bull, that noble racing pony. Arthur Marvel was the man who was Volsky Bull over. He's a diamond in the land, and he rolls around in clover. These horses were brought out with saddle, whip and bridle, and the gentlemen did shout when they saw the noble rider, and there's some did shout hooray as the air was thick with curses on the grey Griselda that sportsmen laid their purses. The trumpet it did sound, they shot off like an arrow, scarcely touched the ground where the going it was narrow. And Griselda passed him by as the gentlemen did all around. The grey will win the day and the skewbaldy will follow. But halfway round the track up spoke the noble rider, I fear we must fall back, but she's going like a tiger. Up spoke the noble horse, ride on, me master, for we're halfway round the track, and it's now we'll see who's faster. the grass, skew all flew like lightning, so swiftly o'er the grass that the grey Bear was taken. Ride on, me noble lords, for the good 200 guineas, oh, your saddle shall be of gold when we pick up our winnings. Way past the winning post, skew more once a handy, an horse and rider both called for sherry, wine and brandy. And it's there they drank the oath of the gallant Miss Griselda, and all who lost their money on the sporting plains of Kildare. I am a young and undaunted youth, my name is John McCann. I am a native of Edinburgh and willing to Japan. For the stealing of an heiress I was laid and left in jail. And the father says he would hang me for a stealing Mary Neal. All in cold irons I lay bound, and my love sent word to me. Don't you fear my father's anger, for I will set you free. There's a good ship that lies awaiting from Derry for to go, and I will bribe the captain that he'll let no one know. I gave consent, and back she went, and she stole away her clothes. And to not one that was in the house her mind she did make known. We have joined our hands in wedlock bands before that we set sail. For her father's wrath I valued not, for I loved my Mary Neal. It was on the proud and the swelling sea our ship did gently glide, all on our passage to Quebec, 6 weeks a matchless tide. Until we come to Whitehead Bay, we had no cause to wail. But on Whitehead Bay, all on that day, I lost my Mary Neal. On the 9th of June in the afternoon, a heavy fog come on. Our captain cries, "Look out, me boys, or else we are all gone." Our vessel on a sandy bank was driven by a gale, and 40 were washed overboard, all along with Mary Neal. Now many were the lines we threw, all in the foaming spray, and many were the times I dived, but I could not find Mary. Till a yellow logs come a-floating all along the waves so high, and here now I must stand me trial for a stealing Mary Neal. were full of charity. But it happened to King Henry as a hunting he did ride. 10 years old, his good greyhound running low down by his side. He's chased the roe deer ridden before he's chased the bunk all down to his den. And the fattest deer ridden all the flock, young King Henry he is slain. The furnace and the dogs drank all the blood. They lay down, they fell asleep, asleep as they were dead. It fell about the midnight hour, the hour when all men lay asleep. Such chill winds blew all around the house, the very trees they did weep. Shook the house about, the shaking split the door. The foulest woman that e'er there was come a-stamping on the floor. Her head hit the roof of the hunting lodge, a waist you could hardly span. If a fouler woman lived, she was not known to God or man. King and me, a meat give out to me. What meat's there in the house, lady, that you're not welcome to? So she has tamed his good brown steed, I know, but his heart was sore. She's ate it up, all skin and bone, left nothing but hide and hair. Oh, more meat, ye king and me, more meat give thou me. What meat's there in the house, lady, that you're not welcome to? So she has tamed his gay goss hawk, I know, but his heart was sore. She's ate it up, all skin and bone, left nothing but feathers bare. Oh, more meat, ye king and me, more meat give thou me. What meat's there in the house, lady, that you're not welcome to? So she has tamed his good greyhound, I know, but his heart was sore. She's ate it up, all skin and bone, left nothing but hide and hair. Give thou to me. What drink's there in the house, lady, that you're not welcome to? So he's sewn up his horse's hide, and wine and good wine he has put in. She drank it up, she drank it down, there was no drop left in. A bed, ye king and me, a bed for you and me. I do vow and I do swear tonight to lie down with thee. Oh, take your boots off, oh king and me, and let all your clothes fall. For you and I shall in one bed lie, and I'll lie next to the wall. The night was gone. On the day was come, the sun shone through the moor. The fairest woman that e'er there was lay twixt him and the wall. Oh, what is this, cries young King Henry, how long will this last with me? And thereof spoke this fair young lady, even till the day you dead be. For I've met many's the gentleman who gave to me all my fear. Nay, it's I, such a gentleman who gave to me all my will. Oh, I've met many's the gentleman, sir, who gave to me all my will. Ne'er met I such a gentleman who gave to me all my will. Three men came out of the west, their fortunes for to try, and these three men made a solemn vow, John Barleycorn should die. They plowed and they sowed and they added him in, they throat cloths on his head, and these three men made a solemn vow, John Barleycorn was dead. They let him lie for a very long time, the rain did fall, and little St. John, oh, he raised up his head and he soon amazed them all. They let him lie till the long midsummer, till he looked pale and wan. Little St. John rode a long, long bit, and so became a man. They ironed men with the scythe so sharp, they cut him off at the knee, and they rolled and they tied him around by the waist, served him barbarously. They ironed men with the sharp pitchforks, they pierced him to the heart. The loaded he served him far worse than that, for he bound him to the cart. They rode him around and around the field, they come down to the barn. There they made a solemn bow of little Sir John Barleycorn. They hired men with the crabtree sticks, they cut him skin from bone, but the miller he served him far worse than that, for he ground him between two stones. Here's little Sir John in the nut brown bowl, and brandy in the glass. Little St. John in the nut brown bowl proved a stronger man at last. The unsmitten he confront the fox, the loudly blow his horn. The tinker he can't bend his kettles nor his pot out at little Sir John Barleycorn. It's of a cottage in the wood, all underneath the hill he stood. Of a cottage in the wood, all underneath the hill he stood, which I never seen before, which I never seen before. By there come the peddler man, through and through the woods he ran. By there come the peddler man, as through and through the woods he ran. And he cried all at the door, and he cried all at the door. Oh, it's 40 miles I travelled today, spied a cottage by the way. 40 miles I travelled today, I spied a cottage by the way, which I never seen before, which I never seen before. Out of her window side, night she saw the peddler standing by. Lady looked out of her window so high, she saw the peddler standing by. Sing your song, you peddler man, your song you lately have begun. For me mum and dad are fast asleep, brothers have gone to mind the sheep. Mum and dad are fast asleep, me brothers have gone to mind the sheep. And I dare not let you in, and I dare not let you in. Oh, it rains, it blows, it hails and snows, and I am wet all through me clothes. Oh, it rains, it blows, it hails, it snows, and I am wet all through me clothes. And I pray you let me in, and I pray you let me in. For me and me packet's worth £20, all in silver and gold so fine. Me and me packet's worth £20, all in silver and gold so fine. Really I would give it to thee, all to lie one night with thee. And he has sworn by his heir of red, he would have a maidenhead. He has sworn by his heir of red, that he would have a maidenhead. And he cried all at the door, and he cried all at the door. Oh, it rains, it blows, it hails, it snows, and I am wet all through me clothes. Oh, it rains, it blows, it hails, it snows, and I am wet all through me clothes. And I pray you let me in, I pray you let me in. No, sir, that never can be, there's nobody in the house but me. No, kind sir, that never can be, there's nobody in the house but me. And I dare not let you in, I dare not let you in. Right, if you would lie with me this night. You must read me riddle and read it right, if you would lie with me this night. Riddle me read and riddle me right, where was I on Saturday night? For if water was me prison to be, I would swim for liberty. If water was me prison to be, I would swim for liberty. So what was the boat you built for me, down the woods and under a tree? For one moonlit night as I sat I looked for one but two come by. For one moonlit night as I sat I looked for one but two come by. The boughs did bend, the leaves did shake, to see the hole that the fox did make. The peddler swore, so loud he beat all at the door. Peddler cursed, the peddler swore, so loud he beat all at the door. Get you gone, you peddler man, for I know you and where you're from. And she is looking out of her window so high, she spied her brothers come riding by. She looked out of her window so high, she spied her brothers come riding by. Get you gone, you peddler man, for I know you and where you're from. Seven brothers come to the door, so loudly they the horn did blow. Seven brothers come to the door, so loudly they the horn did blow. Down on his knees the peddler fall, for mercy he did shout and bawl. Your grave I made, all day long in wait I laid. All night long your grave I made, and all day long in wait I laid. The lady laughed, the lady sang, as through the woods the peddler ran. Around his heels the hounds they ran, as round his head the bullets rang. Round his heels the hounds they ran, as round his head the bullets rang. The boughs did bend, the leaves did shake, to hear the cries that the fox did make.
Londonderry was built before the walls, I believe. Into a room we were crowded. The nearest water was the Foyle, I believe. The cowboys in the old corporation, Duffy Circus would have given them a job. Sure, I have more chance now of winning the post than being rehoused by that mob. Then along came the housing executive, an upstanding body of men. They swore they were going to rehouse me, but of course now they didn't say when. For 3 years and 4 years I waited, fought my way to the top of the queue. More points to men than United, the year they went for the double and through. Word came of me new house one morning, my heart in my bosom did swell. 2001 Cornhill the address, they sent a map and a compass as well. The wee palace they finally had found me was way on the outskirts of town. The bus driver asked me for my passport, and the fare was a couple of pounds. But my new house, it is a wee cracker, a worthy for clothesline and a garden, what's more. The walls are all made of strong cardboard, of egg boxes they've made my front door. And I finally ventured out shopping. I wandered for many's the mile. I stood for 2 days at the bus stop, all the time trying to keep a brave smile. So come all of you gallant young planners, think for a while then hesitate, for a time was like me and a woman next door, live in the cartoons you create.
Me name is Johnny Quigley, I'll sing to you me song. The brandy well in Derry town, well that's where I come from. The Lone Moor, the Lucky Road, I played there as a boy. I climbed the slopes of Corrigan Hill to watch the foil flow by. Me mother worked the 12-hour shift for very little pay, stitching cuffs and collars in a shirt factory all day. Me dad got work there in the dock about 1 day in 10. You'd find them at the corner standing with the other men. Me Uncle John trained greyhounds, we'd walk them down the line. Chasing rats and rabbits, we had ourselves a time. He took me to the box and I saw Billy Kelly fight. And when he won the title, I cried for joy that night. Me dad played at the rebel game, and when he met defeat, they locked him in the jailhouse at the top of Bishop Street. He escaped with 7 other men and across the border fled, and so we had to visit him in the Curragh camp instead. When I was 14 years of age and filled with a young man's dreams, I took the boat to Scotland and I hoped at Paddy Fields. I slept out in the Buffy camp and I took the farmer's blows, returning in October with my prize, a suit of clothes. Then came the day I married and me wife and I did tramp to me cottage in the countryside, they call it Springtown Camp. The walls were corrugated tin with the water running down. 500 homeless families occupied that shanty town. The housing corporation was managed by a man who owned half the slums in Derry town when his partner owned the land. When the men who own the money are the men who own the law, the slogan on the boogie's wall said we want better odds. And so we started marching with McConnell 68. They tried to buy us off with crumbs, but it was far too late. They sent the thugs in uniform to smash us. Well, they tried. 3 days we fought them hand to hand, the Battle of Bogside. It was at Feathery corner we built the barricade, men and kids and women together unafraid. A job and justice and a home was all the marchers sought, but 13 men on Derry streets those paratroopers shot. When the firing started, it was time for us to choose. Except for me place in the dole queue, I haven't much to lose. The road is long, the struggle hard, we'll get there just the same. We're off our knees in Derry now, we'll not bow down again.
If you join the British Army, be sure and have no doubt, unless you are an officer, it's hard to buy yourself out, and home you go.
Home you go.
Home you go.
Home you go.
Home you British soldier, home you go. Straight from the dole in Liverpool or a dead-end job in Carew. Here defending businessmen who were laughing hard at you, and home you go.
Home you go.
Home you go.
Home you go.
Home you British soldier, home you go. All travel and adventure, the advertisement said. Walking the streets of Belfast now in the cold and rain instead, and home you go.
Home you go.
Home you go.
Home you go.
Home you British soldier, home you go. You joined the British Army to learn a new career. Walking backwards, a gun in your hand is all that you find here, and home you go.
Home you go.
Home you go.
Home you go.
Home you British soldier, home you go. Your sergeant fought in Cyprus and hadn't he done his share? Ask him, did the people really want your army there, and home you go.
Home you go.
Home you go.
Home you go.
Home you British soldier, home you go. When your kids ask what you did in Ulster, what are you going to say? A screw and a cunt